All right, I guess the image is not loading. We are proud to announce that Justin Truman will be stepping up as Bungie's new studio head as Pete Parsons retires from his position to pass the torch to a new generation of leaders. Is this real? Is this a real thing right now? Is this an actual, is this a real article? Passing the torch, a message from Pete Parsons to the Bungie community. After more than 2 decades of helping build this incredible studio, establishing the Bungie Foundation, and growing inspiring communities around our work, I decided to pass the torch. This journey has been the honor of a lifetime. I am deeply proud of the worlds we've built together and the millions of players who called them home. And most of all, I am privileged by the opportunity to work alongside the incredible minds at Bungie. When I was asked to lead Bungie in 2015, my goal was to grow us into a studio capable of creating and sustaining iconic, generation-spanning entertainment. We've been through so much together. We launched a bold new chapter for Destiny, built an inviolable, independent, live ops organization capable of creating and publishing its own games, and joining the incredible family at Sony Interactive Entertainment. Or is that enviable? Enviable? Like you envy them?
Enviable.
Enviable. Oh, people envy you. Today marks the right time for a new beginning. The future of Bungie will be in the hands of a new generation of leaders, and I am thrilled to announce that Justin Truman will be stepping into leadership as Bungie's new studio head. I have worked alongside Justin for many years. His passion for our games, our team, and our players is unmatched. As a leader in engineering, production, design, and most recently as the general manager for Destiny 2 and our chief development officer, he's been instrumental in bringing some of the most memorable moments in Bungie's history to life. He lives and breathes the studio, and I have full confidence that he is the right person to lead Bungie forward. Thank you for being the best, most passionate community in gaming. It's been a privilege to serve you. As for me, I'll be second star to the right and straight on till morning. Oh my God. Yes, Justin is the train guy. We were just talking about that yesterday. Look, we'll see what he has to say though, all right? A message from Justin Truman. In the 15 years I've been a developer at Bungie, I've worn a lot of different hats. As an engineer, I wrote some code I'm really proud of for our original weapon abilities and networking in Destiny 1. As a designer, I helped craft many of our Destiny 2 systems, including some of the in-game systems I got terribly wrong at Destiny 2 launch. As a producer, I helped our team build and roll out Destiny's first seasons. More recently, I've helped with our overall talent strategy as chief development officer and have been helping the Marathon team as we build our next world. Across all these different roles, Bungie's purpose has stayed clear. We create worlds that inspire friendship. When we're at our best, we create those worlds alongside you, our player community, and build something that matters. Something that's worth your time, your passion, and your investment in us. Something that I've learned, hopefully, over delivers. He fucking knows, man. All right. Look, Justin's game. All right, baby. My man's game. This fucking guy. All right. I've also been part of these efforts at Bungie when we've maybe not been at our best, when we stumbled and realized through listening to our community that we have missed the mark. I know I've personally learned a lot over the years, as have all of us here from those conversations. I'm committed to supporting and working alongside every member of the team here as we continue pouring our hearts and souls into these worlds that we love and that we hope have been worth your time and your passion, because ultimately those worlds only exist and thrive with you in them. We are hard at work right now doing that, both with Marathon and Destiny. We're currently heads down, but we'll have more to show you in both of these worlds later this year. In closing, I know I can speak for all of Bungie when I say I appreciate your passion, your perspective, and the time you spend with us. Per Audacia Adestra, Justin Truman, Studio Head, Bungie. All right, I'm going to be honest. It's a ballsy move right there, Justin. I wasn't expecting that. I applaud you for leaning into that. The other thing I also have to applaud is the fact that this guy's an engineer first. And the reason why I bring this up, because remember, y'all, we watched the clip last year. Y'all remember the old clip from Steve Jobs, and he talks about how what ends up happening over time as companies, continue to do well as they push in the sales department, and they essentially move out the folks that actually create the systems that put them in that position, that monopolistic position. And ultimately, you cannibalize, in that case, your company of your creative talents. And I'm not saying that Pete Parsons didn't have creative talents, but his background wasn't really game development. He wasn't a game developer first. He was with Microsoft first, and I think that maybe his role was maybe for at the time what Bungie needed. But I will say for Justin's case, being as someone who has worked hands-on Destiny for years, I'm curious to see what he can cook up. And the fact that I was just about to talk about the train analogy and the over delivery. Justin Truman is the guy who said a long time ago during the that conference about, you know, be careful of over delivery. But right here, when we're at our best, we create those rules alongside you, our player community, and build something that matters, something that's worth your time, your passion, your investment in us, something that I've learned hopefully over delivers. All right. Hey, man, I'm game. I'm game, guys. Let's see what Justin can cook up. Justin is someone we have watched for years. He's been in multiple Vidocs. You can go back to old Vidocs in the past. I want to see what the man cooks. Look, man, people have been saying it for a long time now. Y'all have even brought it up multiple times that y'all thought that Pete Parsons needed to go. And when we refer to leadership that we felt that was a problem, I'm just basing this off of what people at Bungie or people that used to work at Bungie and the whole situation with the core situation last year. People felt that Pete was not the leader that Bungie needed right now. Does this mean you're not going to be getting your weekly Bungie checks now? Yeah. I don't think Justin and me are tight like that. Pete, we used to hang out and just drive cars every time I went up to Seattle. Sad times ahead. It's unfortunate. Who knows? Maybe Justin likes cars. I think he's more of a train guy myself. You know, you got boat people, you got car people, and then you got, on the really rare occasion, train people. Breaking Bungie CEO Pete Parsons retiring from his role. Yes. Yes, that's literally what we just... Oh my God, man. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Guys, have we ever seen anyone cheer the departure of a CEO more than what? I mean, oh my God. What did I do coming over here? Why did I come over here right now? Well, let me just say this. We're about to get some big changes, man. I hope they're going to be good changes. And I know based on today's TWAB, things don't look too good. But I'm curious to see, because Justin and I would think is going to try to make it a splash. Go to the actual Bungie tweets. Okay, so this is Bungie's tweet. Oh my God. All right, Justin, lock in, pretty much revert everything that stayed in today's tweet. This so blinded me, boss, man. Again, though, I don't know. Justin's leaning into it. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Can I say this? Let me just say this. It's not that I've been to Bungie the most or anything like that. There's a ton of people that go to Bungie, but at all the times I had gone to Bungie, unless I just didn't see him, I never met Pete Parsons. However, Justin Truman was there on many occasions, if not every single time. Just to give you a little bit of insight, as in actively working with the teams. I don't know where Pete was. I honestly don't know. You know, again, people operate, I guess if you're part of the C-suite, maybe you, or whatever, you know, maybe you just work from home or something, you know what I mean? But I never saw. But Justin Truman, I saw a lot, actively working with everybody. Justin has climbed from the very beginning. I mean, like, he's been with Destiny pretty much all the way through. But like back in the day, he was literally just like from a design standpoint, sandbox and all kinds of other stuff. Justin has worked his way up pretty much from an engineer first and beyond that. I see you as an office 5 days a week, and we're only in office 2 days a week. It matters. I think it definitely matters, guys. If Bossman never shows up and is never actually... look, the best leaders are the ones that get their hands dirty with you. If you lose sleep, I lose sleep. If you're coming in 5 days a week, I need to come in 6. You know what I'm saying? That to me is those are the best bossmen. I like people that work the way from the ground up, that get their hands dirty with the people they work with, that lose sleep with them, that leads from the front, all that shit. Genuinely, what is there to be optimistic about now? You guys asked for leadership to be changed. This is leadership changing. Justin Truman may not be your guy. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. I like his first post that he put out. We'll see what shakes out. Cross look at Paul Tassie's tweet. All right, breaking. Pete Parsons now will step down as head of Bungie next month. And okay. Next month will be replaced by Justin Truman, currently being announced at Bungie as we speak. They beat me by 3 minutes. Executives were always going to depart as the Sony deal played out, and they leave with a lot of money. I do not imagine this is some being booted out for studio performance type thing. So this is Sony taking over? I think this is Sony taking over and putting in, essentially establishing who they think is the best fit for these positions. So yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Let me just say this: with Justin Truman taking over, guys, anything can happen. Seriously, anything can happen. From this point on, anything can happen. You may see the return of people that have departed from Bungie. You may see the return of old game directors. Anything can happen. At the stretch, hey man, who's doing the music for Renegades, everybody? Who's doing the music for Renegades? I don't think any of us thought Michael Salvatore was going to be returning. It's so interesting that news gets announced just a few weeks ago with Pete departing as well. This is by no means me saying that Destiny is saved. All I'm saying is it seemed a lot of the issues and problems that Bungie had, especially since COVID, entering Sony deal, all this stuff has been with Pete Parsons at the helm, and he's replaced. We'll see what happens. I get where you guys are coming from. You're saying you don't want to see Justin Truman at the helm here. And listen, I too was skeptical, and I'm still skeptical. But this one line right here, something I've learned, hopefully over delivers. Touche. All right. Listen, he wants to play ball. Let's see if he can play ball with this community. All right? Let's see if he can play ball with this community. Look, it reminds me of when Joe was game director, right? We bust Joe's balls. Joe felt the pressure. We bust Joe's balls so bad, Joe had to 1v1 an overload champion in front of us. And did Joe lose that 1v1? Yes. He lost pretty bad. But what did Joe gain? Our respect, brother. Our respect. We said, hot damn it. Any game director willing to go live in front of thousands of people and get smacked down by an overload champion like that, one of us deserves our respect. He's game. We'll see if Truman here is also game. So from Liana right here, smiley face. Now, if in 6 months the game isn't in a better state, then Pete was never a problem in terms of what's good for the player base. That is not a realistic dev timeline at all. So no, that would not indicate what you're saying. Then what would be, considering how fast Bungie can make changes to limit rewards being given, like in the tweet today? I'm not talking big changes like player housing or ship combat. I mean like micro changes to make the player experience better. Internal changes alone and big shifts in leadership could take months. It's not day one, okay, make game. Allow time, hope that they communicate, and go from there. We'll see, man. We'll see. Here's what I would do if I was Justin Truman. I overpromise immediately, but I give no definitive timeline. I tell no one at the studio what I'm promising. Just start saying shit. Hey, player housing? Done. Clan housing? Done. You want an entire world where you can bump up against other Guardians and take on world bosses in a true MMORPG fashion? Done. Just start saying literally everything. Just fucking go down the list and then always just refer to we're working on it. And anytime anybody's like, wait, where's that thing or that thing? You got to take their eye off the ball. Then you promise something else. You see where I'm coming from? You promise something else. You're like, we're working on it. But in the meantime, we're also working on this. You see where I'm coming from? You keep having each promise one up the other promise. Cross-check our latest reply. If Pete was the problem, meaning how many such changes to be made, thus making the player experience worse with Pete gone now, would it be better? I'm sure it's going to be better working environment for the devs, but I'm talking about the player base. He was part of the problem, but he's not the only membership that left since the layoffs. Some very publicly outed. You are making simple what is actually very complex without having invisibility on what the complexity actually is. Devs with resources and treated like humans can make beautiful things. People forget games are art. Are you more creative when you're supportive or starved? Luke, do you feel starved? For those that are catching the tail end of this conversation, Bungie CEO will be gone officially sometime next month and is being replaced by Justin Truman. Good luck, Justin. This is a very vocal community. I would say my greatest suggestion as someone who has not been in your position whatsoever is take this shit face first. It'll be stinky, messy, but we'll respect you for it. And don't start a car collection. You fucking do that shit, you better keep that shit on the down low. I wouldn't be telling nobody. I would go out right now, get yourself a nice Honda Civic, and that's all you drive, baby. Might want to knock the bumper off on that bitch. Don't do no car collection, be talking about that. Don't talk about any of that stuff with nobody.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.